Hello everybody and welcome! It's been a while since I last uploaded a video, and that is due to a few reasons. One of the more pleasant ones is I was on vacation, yay! Another reason is, to be quite honest, that I'm starting to lose interest in Kerbal Space Program. Don't worry, this has happened before and I rebounded just fine in the past. This is by no means the end of my KSP videos, I'm just grasping a little bit for inspiration. But there is a point to be made here. Me and you, we are all playing basically the same game that has been out for years, at least in early access. Yes, there have been updates, we got new parts, a new research system, thermal and aerodynamic physics. But at its heart, Kerbal Space Program has stayed very much the same. Build crazy stuff, try to get it to space, explore space. This is in no shape or form a bad thing, since I still regard KSP as one of the greatest games ever made. However, there could be some improvements, even beyond the upcoming version 1.2 update with telemetry and probes. So without further ado, and since everybody and their mother loves top 10 videos, here are my 10 ways to improve Kerbal Space Program in no particular order. And no, multiplayer is not among them! First up, better performance! The Unity 5 upgrade helped a lot, but I need more. To really play my style of KSP, I need to be able to control multiple ships with more than 500 parts in the same physics frame. I currently feel very much constrained in what I am able to build. Wouldn't it be great to construct entire cities in orbit with infrastructure and the lot? I could also finally be able to build that 2-scale Star Destroyer I always wanted to build. Next up, better graphics that don't make the game crash. Currently I'm very happy with how the combination of EVE and Scatterer make the game look. Both of them are mods provided by the wonderful KSP modding community, in this case by Arbray and Blackrack. You can get links to their mods in the video description, but be warned, having them installed increases my crash rate a lot, especially when reverting to the VAB or spaceplane hangar. But wouldn't KSP look absolutely breathtaking if Squad put a little more effort into the visual representation? And my third suggestion, a reason for surface exploration. I love building rovers, but they're a bit pointless at the moment. Yes, you can drive around, make cool jumps, and nowadays even do power slides of sorts, but that's about it. If I may offer a suggestion, take a hint from two other games regarding surface exploration. Firstly, No Man's Sky with its beacons showing you points of interest and rewarding you with resources, blueprints and the like. And the second one is Pokemon Go. Say what? Yes, I am talking about the egg hatching mechanism of that mobile game. You get rewarded for simply moving around the map. Squad, give us a reward for moving across the surface. Create a science module that provides increasing numbers of science the more you drive across the surface of a celestial body. The further away from Kerbin, the higher the science points. In career mode, give monetary rewards for things like circumnavigating the equator of a moon or planet, or for reaching the pole with a rover. Make it so that you have to be at least X amount of kilometers away from the pole, so people don't just airdrop rovers on the pole. Just give us something more than just, hey, there you go, here's a rover, now, rove? Number 4! Boaty Mech Boatface. With the improved buoyancy, give us actual boat parts, at least real ballast tanks, so we don't have to experiment all the time to build submarines. I have wasted hours trying to make stuff sink because some parts apparently have unlimited buoyancy capability or something like that. As an amateur scuba diver myself, I would very much one day like to explore the bottom of Kerbin's, Eves and Lathe seas. Next up, blue. People will always find a way to build stuff in another way that you intended. I'm talking about the entire attachment mode mechanism. Currently the cubic octagonal strut is my go-to part to attach stuff where it isn't supposed to be attached. Case in point, my 7 nuke 3.75 meter clusters. Either make any part radially attachable or give us a part that makes any part stick anywhere. For instance, on wheels. Which leads me to my next point, wheelin' and dealin'. I have a few issues with the new wheels and landing gear. In the olden days you could use wheels for things like bearings or other moving parts. For reference, see my Eve steamboat or my Normandy SR1 hanger mechanism. Nowadays, as soon as any other part touches the wheels, they are inoperable. That really keeps creativity at bay. Either create movable parts like Infernal Robotics as stock, or make wheels in such a way that we can use them to move other parts or even attach things to them. That would be so awesome. Or imagine what you could do with the landing legs with parts attached to the feet. Oh, the possibilities. 7th suggestion. We need more goals. Contracts are okay, but there is no big endgame goal except for get science from everywhere. And even that is a bit hollow after you have already completed the tech tree. I would propose a wild goose chase for some kind of MacGuffin that randomly spawns on the surface of a planet or moon in the system. That way you can't just Google its location and be over with it in a jiffy. And with every explored planet you get more clues or can narrow it down to a certain quadrant on that planet. Maybe blueprints for unique engine parts like a vector with half the weight or a nuke with twice the thrust. That way the most loyal players will one day have more parts and more possibilities. Maybe make it in such a way that the stats for those parts are randomly generated. And the MacGuffin chase will be offered again later in the game to claim another one. Just think about it, okay? More planets. This is a short and concise one. Please contact Captain Robau and incorporate his Outer Planets mod. I absolutely insist. Just look at how beautiful a trip to Sarnus and its moon Tecto is, and also how faithfully the Pluto-Charon dynamic has been recreated with Plock-Charon. OPM as stock would give the game much more depth and also increase difficulty for more experienced players. If you haven't watched my Ozymandias series, give it a go, it's visually a blast. Space Livin'! We need a reason for building space stations other than being fuel depots. Do I really need to say more? There's no practical science benefit from having a station in orbit. Even worse, there is no orbital construction. We already have a universal resource with ore. Give us a new part that churns out other parts. The bigger the part, the bigger the required resources. In this case, ore plus power. That not only sounds logical, you already have a price tag on parts with Kerbal dollars. Just make a conversion into ore and power. I would so roid the heck out of the universe to make my orbital shipyard a thing. Also, see my first point. Gargantua would fit inside some of the things I could create with this. And my final point to make in this video. Make real solar system stock. Dear developers, I want you to incorporate RSS into KSP as sort of a super hardcore difficulty mode. When starting a new game, give the player the choice to select the real scale version of the game. NASA, ESA and SpaceX already love KSP, so why not increase the possible cooperations? That would really propel this game from nice little space sim to oh my god, space is hard, man! Also, Nathan Kell, the creator of Real Solar System, is already on your development team. This should actually be a no-brainer. It would enable KSP to teach space novices how orbital mechanics work with the classic stock KSP, including OPM of course, and would offer them a next level challenge as soon as they have the skills to pull off a Joule 5 or Eve return mission. So yeah, That's my wish list for future Kerbal Space Program features. They are not hard to implement, I think, but I believe they would enrich the game significantly and would give old-timers like me, approximately 3,000 hours according to Steam, more reason to revisit this wonderful game. So what do you think? What else would KSP benefit from, aside from multiplayer, which I do not like? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye.